Why do 97% of wedding disasters involve someone who swears they're careful? It's like there's a universal law. The more someone insists they're responsible, the more likely they are to be at the epicenter of chaos. And when it comes to weddings, chaos is always lurking just behind the next toast. It's almost as if the universe has a sense of humor, waiting for the perfect moment to turn a picture-perfect day into a story that will be retold for generations. You can plan for months, rehearse every detail, and still, all it takes is one, "Trust me, I've got this," to send everything spiraling. Trust me, this story is next level. We're not talking about a little spilled punch or a forgotten speech. This is the kind of wedding mishap that gets whispered about for years, the kind that makes you wonder if the universe just wanted a little extra drama on the big day. It's the sort of thing that, even decades later, we'll have people saying, "Remember that wedding where..." And everyone instantly knows what you're talking about. This isn't just a minor hiccup. It's a full-blown, headline-worthy catastrophe. The scene was set for perfection. A sun-drenched garden, rows of white chairs, petals scattered along the aisle, and laughter floating through the air. Friends and family gathered, all dressed to the nines, ready to celebrate love in its purest form. The kind of day you dream about, where every detail is Instagram-worthy and every moment feels like a movie. The air was filled with the scent of fresh flowers, the gentle hum of conversation, and the soft strumming of a string quartet in the background. Even the weather seemed to be cooperating, with a gentle breeze rustling the leaves and the sun casting a golden glow over everything. It was the kind of setting that makes you believe in fairy tales. The bride? She was the definition of radiant. Her dress was a masterpiece. Layers of delicate lace, a train that seemed to go on forever, and a shimmer that caught the sunlight just right. You could tell she'd spent months, maybe even years, imagining this moment. And honestly, she looked like she'd stepped straight out of a bridal magazine. People were literally stopping in their tracks just to get a better look. Her hair was perfectly styled, her makeup flawless, and her smile lit up the entire garden. Every step she took was graceful. Every glance she shared with her soon-to-be spouse was filled with love and excitement. It was clear that this was her day, and she was living every second of it to the fullest. Enter the best man, charming, confident, and with a grin that said, "Don't worry, I've got this." He was the life of the party, the guy everyone wanted to hang out with. Maybe a little too sure of himself, but hey, what's a wedding without a little swagger? He'd been cracking jokes all morning, keeping the groom calm and making sure everyone was having a good time. He was the kind of guy who could talk his way out of anything, or so he thought. With his tailored suit and easy charm, he seemed like the perfect choice for the role. But as we all know, sometimes confidence can be a double-edged sword. Now here's where things take a turn. The best man, glass of red wine in hand, stands up to give his toast. He's got everyone's attention, phones out, cameras rolling, the whole 9 yards. He raises his glass, ready to deliver a speech for the ages. But in a split second, disaster strikes. Maybe it was nerves, maybe it was the uneven grass, or maybe fate just had a twisted sense of humor that day. The glass wobbled in his hand, and before anyone could react, the deep crimson liquid arced through the air in slow motion, heading straight for the bride. 1 second, he's lifting his glass for a toast. Next second, whoosh! Red wine everywhere. On the dress. The deep, rich color splatters across the pristine white fabric, instantly transforming the bride's dream gown into a modern art project. You could almost hear the collective gasp ripple through the crowd. The sound of the wine hitting the dress was almost drowned out by the sharp intake of breath from every guest. It was as if time stood still, everyone frozen in shock as they watched the disaster unfold. The bride's beautiful gown, once the centerpiece of the day, was now a canvas for a very unfortunate abstract painting. Or maybe he tripped on the train. Some say he got tangled up in the endless lace, lost his balance, and sent the wine flying. Others swear he was just a little too enthusiastic with his gestures. Either way, the result was the same. A dress that would haunt wedding Pinterest boards for all the wrong reasons. Theories about what really happened started circulating almost immediately. Was it the uneven ground, the nerves, or just a classic case of too much confidence, not enough caution? No matter the cause, the effect was undeniable and unforgettable. Or maybe he thought the bouquet toss was an Olympic sport and decided to add his own event, synchronized wine launching. The stories vary, but the outcome? Unforgettable. Some guests would later joke that he was trying to start a new wedding tradition, one that definitely wouldn't catch on. Others just shook their heads in disbelief, wondering how such a simple moment could go so spectacularly wrong. The bride's friends rushed to her side, but there was no undoing the damage. Whatever it was, the gown went from fairy tale to crime scene in seconds. The once perfect dress now looked like it had survived a paintball match. Guests gasped, hands flew to mouths, and the air was thick with shock. Grandma nearly fainted. She clutched her pearls and had to be fanned by two bridesmaids. The flower girl started to cry, convinced she'd done something wrong, while the groom just stood there, mouth open, trying to process what had just happened. The entire atmosphere shifted in an instant, from joy and celebration to stunned silence and disbelief. The bride stood frozen, eyes wide, trying to process what had just happened. You could see the heartbreak flicker across her face, that split second where she wondered if this was all just a bad dream. But no, it was all too real. Her hands hovered over the stained fabric, as if she could somehow will the wine away. The photographer, who had been snapping candid shots all day, lowered their camera, unsure whether to capture the moment or give the bride some privacy. It was a moment that felt both intimate and public, a private heartbreak witnessed by everyone. And the best man? He just shrugs, mumbles, "My bad," and keeps on partying. No apology, not even a napkin offer. He didn't even look embarrassed. It was as if he'd just dropped a fork, not ruined the centerpiece of the entire wedding. The audacity was almost impressive. Some guests exchanged glances, waiting for him to do something, anything to make it right. But he just laughed it off, grabbed another drink, and went back to mingling. It was a masterclass in denial, and it left everyone else wondering how someone could be so oblivious to the chaos they'd caused. Within seconds, phones were out, fingers flying across screens. The moment was immortalized from every angle. Slow motion, zoomed in, even a few dramatic replays. The internet? Oh, they went wild. Videos of the incident started popping up on social media before the bride had even left the aisle. Guests were live tweeting their reactions, sharing memes, and tagging friends who just had to see this. It was the kind of viral moment that no one could have predicted, but everyone wanted to be a part of. Tweets, TikToks, memes, you name it, people couldn't get enough. The hashtag started trending before the cake was even cut. Everyone had an opinion. Team bride, team best man, team why wasn't that white wine? The debate raged on in comment sections and group chats, with some people defending the best man as just having fun, and others calling for him to be banned from all future weddings. Even people who weren't at the wedding felt like they were part of the drama, thanks to the endless stream of updates and hot takes. #wedding fail was trending faster than you can say dry cleaning. The memes were savage. Photoshopped images of the dress, dramatic reenactments, even a few how to remove red wine stains tutorials. The story spread like wildfire, and suddenly, this wedding was famous for all the wrong reasons. Local news outlets picked up the story, and soon people from all over the world were weighing in. The bride's dress became a symbol of wedding disasters everywhere, and the best man's face was plastered across countless reaction videos and GIFs. So what's the lesson here? Is it that no matter how much you plan, something will always go sideways? Or is it that you should never trust a best man with a full glass of red wine and a flair for the dramatic? Maybe it's a reminder that perfection is overrated, and sometimes the best stories come from the moments you never saw coming. After all, it's the unexpected twists that make life interesting, and weddings unforgettable. If you're picking a best man, maybe add can-handle glassware to the list of requirements. Maybe even do a practice run, just to be safe. And if you're the best man, remember, with great toasts comes great responsibility. It's not just about making people laugh or delivering a heartfelt speech. It's about making sure you don't become the main character in a wedding disaster story. So, take a deep breath, steady your hand, and maybe stick to white wine just in case. And always, always have backup stain remover. Seriously, make it part of the emergency kit, right next to the tissues and the extra bobby pins. You never know when disaster will strike, but you can at least be prepared to fight back. Some brides even swear by carrying a mini stain remover pen in their clutch, just in case. It might not save the day completely, but it can buy you enough time to keep the party going. And let's be honest, every wedding needs a hero with a stain stick. Weddings are about love, laughter, and sometimes a little bit of chaos. It's the stories, the wild, unexpected moments, that people remember most. Years from now, this bride will probably laugh about her one-of-a-kind dress, and the best man will be the stuff of legend. The photos will be passed around at family gatherings, and the story will grow with each retelling. Maybe the bride will even keep the dress as a reminder that life doesn't always go as planned, but that's what makes it beautiful. Got your own wild wedding story? Maybe it's a wardrobe malfunction, a dance floor disaster, or a toast gone wrong. We want to hear it. Share your tales of wedding chaos, the moments that made you laugh, cry, or just shake your head in disbelief. Because at the end of the day, it's these stories that bring us together and remind us that we're all just doing our best to make it through life's big moments, one spilled glass at a time. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your craziest wedding moment in the comments. Who knows? Your story might just be the next viral sensation. And remember, no matter what happens, it's the love and laughter that matter most. So raise a glass, carefully, to the memories, both perfect and perfectly imperfect.